welcome back to the Rolling Conversation. I am your host, Francisco Lima.
And I'm your co-host, Natasha Dillon.
And today we're going to talk about motivation. And I want to try explain you guys why you don't feel motivated to go to the gym, why you don't feel motivated to train Jiu-Jitsu as often as you should. I'm going to start with Natasha, and then on top of that, we start like building up this conversation. So what do you think about motivation, Natasha?
Well, I think motivation can be a very useful tool for getting you started in whatever it is that you want to accomplish. The thing about motivation is I personally don't believe that it is going to be the main thing that drives you through all of the tasks that you need to accomplish in a day. Because first of all, you only have a finite amount of motivation. And second of all, you're not always going to feel motivated. So if you fall apart every time you don't feel motivated, you're never going to get anything done. What do you think about that?
I like so much this part that you say we never feel motivated 100% every day. And then it's really true, right? And then what we can do to change this mindset about I needed to get things done, I needed to go forward, I need to stop just feel I don't want to do. So I believe with you 100%. It's really hard sometimes like be 100% motivated when everything is going on. When you sometimes you feel overwhelmed, like with dailies, family, work, school. And then how we're going to put those things like in right spot so we can keep on going. Mm-hmm. So a couple of months ago, I was struggling a lot, right? How to get the gym, how to go to the gym, how to get my working out done. And I feel like even at some point, really close to stop, to quit. Mm-hmm. It's like I don't want to go to the gym anymore. I don't feel motivated. I go to the gym, I lift my weights. I don't have like a training partner. That's everything by my own. I have to wake up in the morning sometimes. Sometimes I need to go in the middle of the day. Sometimes I need to go in the evening. I don't have a schedule for my gym. And then actually was the worst part, always put the gym as a not priority, right? Everything was priority in my gym. It wasn't. And I saw a video, right, like a podcast that a guy, Brandon Carter, he was speaking about dopamine, and that topic literally changed my whole life. Like it changed my mindset about everything. And then I would like to share with you guys, right? And then little explain what's going on with us that sometimes we even realize, and then why it's so important, dopamine, right, in our lives. Do you have any insights about dopamine so far?
Yeah, so first of all, dopamine, it's a neurotransmitter. It's responsible for basically our motivation. And basically, whenever we do something that gets us excited, dopamines get released in the brain, and we want more of whatever we're doing. Is that correct?
It's correct.
Okay. So how can we use dopamine to our advantage to keep us motivated and to keep us doing whatever we want to do?
So let's start kind of backwards. Okay. So as you said, dopamine is a neurotransmitter. And it plays the action to be a chemical messenger, right? Mm-hmm. So it connects one neuron to another. It has like dopamine is like responsible for motivation, feeling of a pleasure, and also rewards. Mm-hmm. That's the rewards. I think that's one really important word. That's a key word, right? We need to hold that. So at the beginning, I was speaking about my motivation to go to the gym, how hard it was. I wasn't motivated to go for some reasons, actually, right? And then I didn't prioritize my gym as a number one in my life. Everything else was first, and the gym was left for the last one. And then it was getting into my life as a mandatory. I needed to go because I need to go, but I didn't have like more purpose.
It felt like a chore.
A chore,
Yeah.
right? And when I realized after watch this video, what I was doing to me is like it changed, right?
Right.
So what happened? I was also, before going to bed, for 20, sometimes 30, sometimes 40, play video games, right?
Yeah.
And I never liked to play video games during the day because maybe it's going to break my mindset of keeping things getting down. And then I will have like this free time, like by the end of the night, I want to play a little bit. However, in fact, to play video game close to go to sleep was waking me up instead, like what I can tell, slowing me down.
Relaxing you,
Relaxing me, right? And I was sometimes like wake up until 11:30, midnight, playing when they need to wake up in the morning to do something else earlier. And then when they saw this video again about dopamine, it's like it changed the whole thing. So what happened? Everybody else has a baseline of dopamine, right? So the baseline, that's like your level, natural level of dopamine. And when you do things that spikes your dopamine goes really high, right? And then after that, it starts getting low. If you're still doing the same things that spikes your dopamine to getting high, and then eventually start getting low, and then you don't do anything else to replace, right, your base levels, what's happening? You start losing your motivation to do all these stuff. So here's the thing. When you do video game for long term or long time, when you do social media, when you have a habit to eat junk food, when you do recreational drugs, or when you do pornography, so all these vices, they are responsible to spike your dopamine, and they also take you away to do the hard thing, right? To go to the gym, to eating healthy, to working out, to take a shower, maybe a cold shower, to sleep well, because you start to think about doing all the bad things, takes you away for your time sleep. And then also sleep, that's one of the time you're gonna replace your dopamine levels. So usually, right, what I've been experienced to myself that we do not realize, that we are expanding our dopamine doing cheat things, and they do not have dopamine enough to do the whole thing. Do you understand the connection?
Yeah, I completely get that. Like I was talking about earlier, I believe motivation is a finite resource, right? And that makes sense to me neurologically as well, because our body likes to be in homeostasis, right? Homeostasis just means balance. So when we engage in cheap activities such as playing video games, watching TV, scrolling through social media, you get that instant hit, that instant rush of, oh, this is exciting, I want to continue to engage in it. And then your body is trying to reach homeostasis, so it brings your levels back down, right? So when you're continuously engaging in these activities that don't really bring anything to your life, I find that you don't have the motivation to actually overcome obstacles and tackle the challenges that are going to bring you things that you actually want.
In reality, we need motivation to accomplish our dreams.
Right.
And to accomplish our dreams is not going to be like an easy task as a sit on the couch and you watch TV for hours. Sit and scroll down your social media or up. Sit and play video game for hours, sit and watch pornography and think everything is going to be okay, and then sit and eat junk food and expect your body's going to be beautiful.
Right.
So, but the most like people, they don't know it's exactly what's happening. So as you said, when your body starts to like find the balance about play or going to the gym, right? They do not realize that you expand your dopamine and the wrong or the right thing, right? So when they saw the video, immediately I said, I need to change my habits. I need to change my daily routine. And then what else I can do to right now to bring a better understanding, a better life to me in order to accomplish my dreams, in order to accomplish my goals, right? And then instead I saw the gym right now as an obligation, I took advantage to see the gym as a reward to me, to have a better life, to have like a healthy body, and also to have like a better looking body, right? So it's just the way you start like use your body in the right way. Instead, you're gonna sit and start like expend your whole time doing things that is not gonna bring any rewards, any pleasure. That's all fake pleasures, right? To you. You literally have to step out of your comfort zone and then do something that's gonna like need hard work, so that you're gonna have like real rewards.
Yeah. Something you talked about that I find really interesting is about shifting your perspective, right? So originally going to the gym was feeling like a chore, and you didn't have motivation to go, and it wasn't fun for you anymore. But when you shifted your perspective and started thinking about all the rewards that are going to come over time, right? Delayed gratification. You're going to go to the gym. It's not going to feel super great in the beginning, but over time, you're going to start to see the changes in your body. You're going to get more excited. You're going to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, oh, I feel healthier. I look good. I want to keep on doing this. It's about shifting away from engaging in cheap activities like playing video games where, yes, initially, gonna feel great. You're like, oh wow, this is amazing. This is exciting, right?
It's fun, yeah.
And it's really easy, right? You're playing video games, it doesn't hurt. It's not uncomfortable. You're not getting out of your comfort zone, right? So yeah, you're gonna get that immediate reward, but we don't think about the consequences down the line of having less motivation in the future, like diminishing the amount of rest that we get, because the obvious consequence of playing video games is, okay, well, during the day, if I play them, then I'm not going to have enough time to get the work done that I need to do. But we're like, okay, I'll just play them at night right before bed, and then we're not going to get the sleep that we need to. You know what I mean?
100%. And exactly what you said, I just want to compliment with the one thing. When you do video games or any type of device, right? Like, as you said, cheap
sources of dopamine.
Of dopamine. What's happening after a while, you're gonna deplete it, the level of your dopamine. And then how are you gonna like have enough energy to go out and then do the whole thing? So right now you're gonna see the gym as something give you pain, as I was watching myself, because I was wasting my dopamine, play video games, working until late, watching TV. And I wasn't having enough motivation to do the whole thing. Also, the dopamine, they need to be replenished, right? So they need to be replaced. And then how we gonna do those things? So that's when I want to answer your question, the initial questions about what you can do to spike your dopamine. So first of all, when you're gonna go to sleep, that's why it's so important to us to have like a nice and deep sleep. That's the time we start like replacing or getting a dopamine base level like up again. Yeah. Another thing you can do is expose yourself and the cold exposures, right? So shower, plunges. They have another one, it's called cryotherapy. So all these like cold exposures helps you to increase your level of dopamine and also spike your level of dopamine. Working out, going to the gym, caffeine, So that helps out as well to spike your dopamine, not as a drug, right? But helps you to spike in a short term.
Short term, yes.
And of course, eating healthy, right? All the time when you're eating healthy, like you're gonna feel the reward about have a better, healthy, better body, and then all this feeling, right, of the good consequence about what you do, what you eat, spikes your dopamine. So having those good habits, in reality, it's really hard because, as you said, the cheap resource, right?
Yeah.
For like dopamine, it's so easy. It's so easy grab your phone and start losing hours. It's so easy go to the kitchen and start like buying or eating junk food, and then it goes and it goes, and then eventually you cannot do like all these hard things because you don't have any extra dopamine to motivate you to do things.
Right. So you've explained the process of how dopamine works, right? How can we make our understanding of this topic work for us? What are some ways that we can use our knowledge to work to our advantage?
So here's another thing I learned, right? So it's called increase friction and decrease friction. So I want to put like in that way really easy so we're gonna understand it better. If you wanna decrease the friction, you gotta get away from you. If you wanna increase the friction, you gotta get close to you. I wanna tell you. So think about it, you wanna stop doing something. You gotta increase the friction, right? You want to stop, you want to increase the friction. You need to get these things away from you.
Right.
You got to push away from you. If you want to start doing something, you got to decrease the friction. You got to get closer to you. So it's going to be the same as working out, eating food, social media, right? So for example, I used to eat a lot of dark chocolate, right? Or regular chocolate before any of my meals. But I realized it was eating a lot of fat, right? And then I decided eating less. So it didn't help at all. So what I did, I stopped eating. I stopped buying dark chocolate. So what happened? I decreased the friction. It's really up.
Increased.
I increased the friction, right?
Yes.
It's really hard for me to get this because right now I don't have it close to me. And in order to decrease the friction, what I did, I started buying all the type of snacks. So it's going to be healthier. Instead, eat the chocolate. Right now I have another type of food. So if you want to get some things away for you, you got to decrease. You got to get in a certain way. It's going to be harder for you to get it. If you want to get better in some things, you got to increase the friction. Increase the friction. You got to make sure it's going to be easier for you to get it.
Right. It's all about making it easier to make good choices, right? If you've ever wondered why people that are really getting into fitness decide to meal prep, well, one of the things about that is when you're hungry, when you're tired, when you're stressed, you're not likely to make good choices, right? You're more likely to eat unhealthy food. There's been plenty of research studies on this, actually, that when you're hungry and tired specifically, you are way more likely to eat fattier, unhealthy foods.
We can literally have this conversation on another topic because right now your actions is being decided by your feelings, and then that's when you need to have a better, strong mindset. You're gonna be controlled by your feelings, or your feelings is gonna control you. By the way, if you see about dopamine, feelings is not real. Feelings, it's literally a bunch of chemical reaction happens inside of your body, gives you a feeling of something, but it's no the sadness. It's like amount of cortisol on your body. The motivation, it's amount of dopamine on your body.
Right, but that's all a response to a stimulus, right?
Exactly.
But like I was saying, I would actually like to talk about that more in a future episode. But bringing it back to making good choices and making it easier to make good choices. The reason why people meal prep is because when they're hungry, tired, and stressed, they automatically have like food available on hand that is a good choice, right?
They grab it.
Yeah, they know what's in it, it's healthy, and it's already available to them, so they don't have to like make the extra steps to cook a good meal, right? I know after training, when I'm tired, I don't want to start cooking a full meal.
Yeah.
Right? And the same thing goes for like unhealthy snacks, just like you said, right? I've brought this up before, but I don't keep peanut butter cups in my house because I know if they're in my house, I'm going to eat them all.
Yeah.
All of them. Yeah. And the same thing goes for working out, right? So I just built a home gym, super excited about that, posted on my story all the time. But because it's in my house, I just have to wake up and go down there. There's no fighting with myself about putting my shoes on and getting out the door and driving to the gym, right?
You decrease the friction.
Yes.
You make it easier for you to get there, right?
Yeah.
So you make it easier for you get the easy working out, the healthy stuff, right?
To make good choices,
to make a choice. And then I think it's, if you can finish, right? Or it's like another way to wrap this conversation. Whatever you do in life, right? If you're talking about motivation, the dopamine, your rewards, chips, resource, we're talking about social media, right? Everybody wanna have a bunch of likes. If you're talking about pornography, because it's really easy to open the phone and start scrolling down, everything is out there, easy for you, free to watch. If you're not talking about drugs, right? Or you're gonna go for a party, you're gonna hang out with a bunch of friends that doesn't have nothing in mind, that they just wanna drag you into a really dark world that you're gonna start like taking drugs, and then you don't know what's gonna be the consequence of your life after that. Casual sex, you think it's fun, but in reality, you expend a lot of dopamine. You don't feel motivated to do something often. Then actually, you feel addicted. Instead, you have real relationships.
Right.
You just want to have like casual relationship because that's the way you think your brain works. And when you think about all these actions, it's just one thing,
right?
A matter of choice. So if you want to take action, if you want to take a decision, if you want to take one step forward, like I did, I don't want to play video game anymore. I literally delete the app from my phone. I wasn't asking myself, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What's going to be the next step of my life? Delete it.
Right.
You got to take action. You got to take a decision. You got to make a nice choice for your life. Everything is about choice, right? So I decided to go to the gym in the morning with a choice I made. I want to sleep more. I want to go to the gym in the morning so I can see the results better in my body. I started taking cold showers in the morning. Why? Because I took the step. I want to spike dopamine in my life. I want to have a better quality day every day. I want to feel excited. I want to feel awake. I want to be able to do anything I want to do without feel lazy, drowning, or I want to sleep. No, I want to be awake. I want to be excited. Right? So that's the choice I make to myself. So sometimes like people want to play victim, right? And then I don't like that because everything it's reason to them, find excuses, not to do things.
Yeah.
And then they keep doing the same bad things over and over.
Right. And I also, I agree with you, but I want to make the point that we are all human. Like, we're going to play video games sometimes. We're going to want to enjoy life. Like, I have peanut butter cups. I just don't keep them in my house, right? If I really want them, I'm going to go get it. I like to enjoy life. But at the same time, I'm not going to let that get in the way of the goals that I have, right? So not engaging in these cheap activities too much to the point where they're affecting other areas of your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's one another important point. It's not enjoy life. You're going to enjoy, but also you want to accomplish your goals.
Of course.
And then you got to put in the paper what's going to be most important for you right now. Play video game or go to the gym, right? Have a serious relationship or casual sex, or watch pornography every day or go to a run, like read a book, meditate it. Also meditate sparks your like level of dopamine as well. So by the end of the day, again, no matter what kind of situation are you stay dealing with, it's a matter of consequence. You take the first step to change it.
Change your habits, change your behaviors, and then over time, it's going to get easier for you.
100%. What do you think, Natasha? Do you wanna talk about something else?
I think we got it.
I think you got it. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching this. I think we have more subjects to speak for the next ones, and then I hope you guys enjoy. See you next round.